She's an actress, yes, she is, but besides that, she's it's not a documentary about her.
Yeah,
no.
I'm sure.
It's more a view on a modern, strong woman and her fight for her talent, or against her talent, being a regular, normal.
Okay. I will try to translate everything. Donc, comme vous l'avez compris, Paprika et Michael sont mari et femme. Évidemment, ce n'est pas un documentaire, ce n'est pas la vie de Paprika. Paprika n'est pas alcoolique, mais c'est un film qui parle. J'ai oublié un détail important. Le plus grand des deux fils est aussi leur fils. Donc, c'est vraiment un film de famille. Et Paprika, et c'est un film aussi sur une femme forte, sur une femme forte qui doit faire face au talent et finalement à toute la difficulté qu'il y a parfois à assumer ce talent et à assumer cette position d'actrice très célèbre finalement. Parce que I can ask you the next question, but Paprika is really famous in Denmark. She did some TV show at first, and after she became actress. It's a kind of story like that.
Yes, she was a comedian from the beginning, after her graduating from theater school. Yes, she was a famous comedian.
Yeah.
And then she started at the Royal Theatre.
Okay.
And then she did the celebration.
Okay.
Festen.
Yeah, of course.
And then she took a career turn. Going into drama.
Yeah.
But she's somehow still considered. She's probably at the moment our biggest actress.
Yeah.
In Denmark. But she's still considered one of the funniest as well.
Yeah. Alors j'ai dit une bêtise parce que je savais qu'elle avait fait des shows à un moment donné. Et effectivement, elle a fait plutôt une étude, enfin le conservatoire. Ça comme ça, national. Et derrière, elle a effectivement, dans le film de Festen, elle a fait son premier grand rôle qui l'a fait connaître au monde entier. Je pose une question. I will ask a question really personal, but is it not so difficult to work with your wife like that? The relationship are not so strong and create some fights sometimes?
Actually, it was the best experience working on a film ever. So there could be some very big problems that you could think there would be, but there was not. It was very easy and very a very positive ride, joy, work, whatever you can call it. It was actually quite positive.
Ah, ok. En fait, je lui demandais est-ce que c'est pas difficile de travailler avec sa femme, est-ce que ça crée pas des conflits de travailler sur un film avec sa femme. Et il me dit que c'est la meilleure chose qui puisse en fait arriver, puisque justement c'est quelque chose de très positif et que dans les relations c'est plutôt bonificateur que le contraire. I got a last question for me, because I'm really interested in the film, but for Anders. But I was fond of the Cassavetes film opening night. When you wrote the scripts, did you, take references to that film, or did you thought to that film during the writing?
Well, I mean, not in the way that we like sat down and watched it together and said what can we steal from it. I mean, I really believe in that you should steal as much as you can, but we didn't like see it and then wrote a new draft or something. But Paprika is a big fan of Jenna Rollins and of Cassavetes. Me and Martin are big fans of him. So of course we talked about this style of work in this film, but we talked about hundreds of films. But of course Cassavetes films came up a lot. But But to say that we saw it and then make this, no, I wouldn't say so. You want to translate that?
Yeah, I'll translate. Donc je lui posais la question si effectivement quand il a écrit ce film, je ne sais pas si vous connaissez Opening Night de Cassavetes, qui est un immense film avec Gina Roland, qui raconte l'histoire d'une actrice qui arrive sur scène complètement saoule et qui doit faire le show, quoi, qui doit assumer la pièce de théâtre jusqu'au bout dans des conditions incroyables, donc une espèce de force, et en même temps la même problématique, c'est-à-dire une femme qui est face à son talent et qui a beaucoup de mal à l'assumer. Un peu le même.
Ah oui.
Et il me dit, quand on écrit, on essaye de se sortir un peu de toutes ces références. Évidemment, Paprika Steen est une grande fan de Cassavetes et de Gina Roland, donc ils ont beaucoup parlé de ce film, ils ont parlé aussi d'une centaine de films quand ils ont écrit ce scénario.
Yeah, I mean also, our goal was to write a movie about someone being their own worst enemy. It's something you say a lot, but it's actually very difficult to create. But that was our intention, you know, that she has a lot of talent, but she is fighting herself. She is self-destructive. So that was the challenge, and I mean, of course, we saw a lot of films and we liked the rawness of Cassavetes, but mainly it was about, you know, creating a character that is fighting herself. And I think when we found out that actually people around her should try and help her, but she herself should not be able to receive, that's mostly what we talked about with Paprika. More than we talked about films, we talked about this, about not being able to function in a normal life and not being able to let people in.
Yeah.
In terms of,
Okay.
Mask.
Donc, comme on disait, c'était vraiment la thématique qu'il voulait aborder, qu'il voulait travailler, c'était ce combat contre soi, contre ses démons, et puis cette incapacité finalement à recevoir de l'aide, à surmonter cette douleur, et finalement à sombrer, en fait, pas arriver à prendre l'aide des personnes qui sont autour et qui sont attentionnées. Non, c'est magnifique. Est-ce que vous avez des questions pour Michael et...
Maybe Gina Roland. Her best friend is Gina Roland and John Cassavetes' daughter, Sam Cassavetes. So it's kind of like the circle is closed.
Oh, great. On en apprend.
And the other thing is that I don't know if any of the present people here is aware of Edward Albee and Virginia Woolf, the theater play that she plays, written by Edward Albee. But he just screened the film in New York on Wednesday, and he loved the film very much.
Ok.
So,
alors, je vais essayer de tout traduire. Donc,
he's very old. Yeah.
Il y a beaucoup de boucles finalement avec ce film de Cassavetes, puisque finalement Paprika est amie avec la fille de Cassavetes et Gina Roland.
Yeah.
Et donc elles se connaissent très bien. Et en plus, ils ont fait une projection du film donc au metteur en scène de la pièce de Virginia Woolf qui est dans le film Opening Night. Et en fait, c'est un homme très âgé maintenant et il a adoré Applause. Il a vraiment beaucoup aimé. Donc,
la chose la plus forte pour moi dans le film, c'est l'impossibilité de l'amour qui est toujours, qui est vraiment éclatante. Et évidemment, votre femme a Paprika, un visage extraordinaire. Bergman aurait dit c'est un paysage. Et j'étais très intéressée par l'éclairage parce que j'ai l'impression que vous l'éclairez. Je voudrais savoir comment vous avez travaillé avec le directeur de la photo, mais que vous l'éclairez différemment, presque pour chaque sentiment qu'elle peut exprimer. Et elle en exprime 15 à la seconde. Et ça m'a paru un travail extrêmement précis et très gagnant, enfin je veux dire, qui travaille vraiment pour le film aussi.
Did you understand?
Not all of it.
It's a film about love for me.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, you understand that, of course. And not only love between the people who are behind the camera and the people who are in front, but and the actors. But I said to the scriptwriter that it's it's about love between the characters too, of course, and it's about impossible love.
Yeah.
That is the definition of love. It's still
Love for
impossible.
yourself as well.
And I want to say that it's, of course, your wife has a beautiful face, and it's another reference to Cassavetes about faces. And, of course, it's kind of a landscape, as Bergman said about faces. And I was interested about the work of the DP because I think that she is enlightened in a different manner for each feeling, you know. And I said that it's very difficult because she has a lot of feeling in this, maybe 15 in a second, you know. And I wanted to know how you work about this light, because of course this film is light.
Yeah. Well, in regards to the work of the camera, it looks very handheld, like improvised, but it's actually very, it's actually very well worked, choreographed. You know, it's every picture in the movie is very thought about, and also the texture and the color in the film.
Yeah.
So it's not a dogma movie. It's light set. It's very controlled.
Yeah.
Very much. It's everything is on purpose, and the cold colors, you can actually call them the cold colors. It's not black and white, but it's not colorful either. And of course, all the close-ups. It's a very close-up movie. So we actually had, when we had the world premiere in Carlo Vivari Film Festival in July last year. That was the first time Paprika saw it on a very big screen. It was like a theater for, I mean...
I know the screening room in Carlo Vivari.
So it was quite a shock for her to see the close-ups. But it actually it's also very... the close-ups it's also a part of the feelings that you have for her, as loving or hating herself, loving her children and not being able to love them the way that normal mothers should, and all that.
Ok.
Maybe
Je
peut-être tu
vais
traduis
peut-être
parce que
traduire
ça
un
va
petit
être
peu,
plus long, trop long.
C'est surtout que, enfin, on parlait surtout de la colorimétrie, en fait, du travail du chef opérateur. Il dit qu'effectivement tous les plans ont été très chorégraphiés. On est vraiment dans le gros plan, et le gros plan est quelque chose de central dans ce film. Et effectivement, le choix des textures, qui n'est pas noir et blanc mais qui n'est pas non plus trop coloré, qui est dans cette espèce d'équilibre, était là justement pour mieux révéler ce visage qui exprime finalement toute la douleur et toute la lutte du caractère.
And the pieces of the theater play, Virginia Woolf, that is actually the real play that Paprika did with big success in Copenhagen. That's the real play. Yeah. We shot it on 3 cameras with long lenses. There were 1,000 people sitting in the theater doing it. So that was the 2 last days of it, and it was a huge success in Denmark as well.
Donc la pièce de Virginia Woolf que vous voyez dans le film a été un immense succès au Danemark, et c'est la pièce dans laquelle elle jouait et qui a eu un grand succès. Et ça, c'est lors des 2 dernières représentations de la pièce au théâtre.